There comes a moment in every person's life when the noise of the world grows louder than the voice within. When the chaos of emotion, fear, anger, doubt rises like a storm inside your mind, and the calm that once guided you begins to tremble. But make no mistake, in that storm lies your greatest opportunity. Because the man or woman who learns to command their emotions doesn't merely survive life, they master Italiano. You see, life will not wait for your moods to stabilize. The clock keeps ticking, whether you feel ready or not. The sun will rise, even if you're broken. The world will move forward, indifferent to your hesitation. And so the question becomes, will you move with it? Or will you let your emotions chain you to mediocrity? Every empire, every invention, every revolution began not with perfect circumstances, but with imperfect people who refused to be ruled by how they felt. When Thomas Edison's first 1,000 experiments failed, he could have called it defeat, but he didn't. He chose interpretation over reaction. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." That's emotional command. That's mastery disguised as madness. Emotion is not your enemy. It is your raw material. The sculptor doesn't curse the block of marble, he shapes it. The leader doesn't destroy his passion, he channels Italiano. The disciplined mind doesn't silence emotion. He directs it like a conductor shaping a symphony from chaos. Your emotions are energy, but uncontrolled. They are fire without form, capable of burning everything you've built. Controlled, they become the very flame that forges your destiny. We live in a world that worships reaction. Social media rewards outrage, comparison fuels insecurity, and distraction has become the modern addiction. But the true warriors of this generation will be those who can remain still in a world addicted to noise. Those who can feel anger and not let it dictate their next move. Those who can feel fear and still take that next step. Because power, real power, begins the moment you can say, "I feel it, but it does not control me." Think of Abraham Lincoln, the man who carried a nation's burden on his back. He was ridiculed, opposed, and betrayed by the very people he sought to unite. Yet, through sleepless nights and storms of criticism, he held his composure. His letters often never sent were his emotional training ground. He would write out his anger, release it on paper, and then lead with wisdom, because he knew a leader who reacts from emotion destroys what a leader who acts with vision could build. And that is where mastery begins, not in the grand gestures, but in the quiet moments of when you want to speak, but choose silence. When you want to quit, but choose persistence. When your emotions pull you in one direction, but your purpose pulls harder. That tension, that war within, is not a sign of weakness. It is the birthplace of strength. Understand this. Emotions are not commands. They are signals. They whisper where your attention is needed, but they do not decide your actions unless you hand them the reins. Fear tells you where to prepare. Anger reveals where you've been disrespected. Sadness shows what you value, but wisdom, the voice of mastery, decides what to do with those signals. Most people live as slaves to their emotions. They let a moment of frustration destroy a relationship. They let fear delay their destiny. They let envy poison their potential. But the rare few rise above. They become commanders of the inner realm. They stand before their fear and say, "I hear you, but I will move forward anyway." They stand before their anger and say, "You will not speak for me." They stand before their doubt and whisper, "I am still enough." This is emotional alchemy. Transformation of energy into power. When the world throws you pain, you turn it into purpose. When it gives you rejection, you forge resilience. When it tests you, you grow sharper, calmer, stronger. Like steel forged in flame, your emotional discipline refines your spirit until the man or woman you were is unrecognizable to the one you've had become. Do you know what separates the average from the extraordinary? It's not talent. It's not luck. Not even intelligence. It is the ability to stay steady when others break. Because the universe does not reward emotion, it rewards consistency. The farmer who plants seeds must trust the season, not his mood. The entrepreneur who builds must act on vision, not on fear. The artist who creates must paint through doubt, not around it. Those who rise above are not those who feel less, they simply command more. If you can discipline your emotional world, there is no mountain you cannot climb. Because every obstacle is first fought internally. Before you conquer the world, you must conquer yourself. Before you lead others, you must lead your mind. Before you achieve greatness, you must earn emotional stability. Do not suppress your feelings. Transform them. Use your frustration to fuel your focus. Use your heartbreak to deepen your humanity. Use your fear to sharpen your courage, because the same energy that can destroy you, if redirected, can make you unstoppable. When Henry Ford was mocked for his dream of an affordable automobile, he didn't lash out. He turned the sting of ridicule into resolve. He said, "Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal." That is emotional command in action. Relentless focus on creation, not reaction. And that is your challenge today. To stand tall when your emotions scream collapse. To speak with calm when chaos calls for panic. To act with purpose when uncertainty clouds your mind. Because mastery does not happen in peace, it happens in pressure. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you master your mind and your life. We'll see you in the next one.